Hey folks, and welcome back to episode 5 of our Nioh 2 marathon. Last episode I did say I wanted to do the warrior training to unlock some skills for our sword. And really what it is, it's basically teaching you the basics. So what I'll teach you is that once you pick the swordsman here, you go to the items and you use that. And then you go to learn skill. You learn this one, and for the purposes of this training, you can only learn this one skill. And then it spawns some enemies. And that is it. It is a very odd thing to have some of these missions in the dojo, because you only unlock the dojo, I believe, after you finish the first mission. So I don't know how to feel about it. It's odd. That being said, once we finish that mission, as you can see, we've unlocked up to this tier. So I haven't really been switching stances, and I haven't found the need for that just yet. You can look at these skills this way. You can also look at them as a list. And really what we want to reach is this one is fantastic. But where on earth is the skill? It might actually be the last one. Yeah, okay. It's this one. These are really, really good. And the problem is we cannot reach them just yet. And they're also very costly as far as skill points go. So for now, we'll go ahead and learn the middle one. We'll also learn the low stance one, because sometimes I do use low stance. But what is this? Well, this is a counter attack. So instead of dodging, sometimes you can just hold the LB while you're guarding, and right when you're about to get hit, you press the X button and you can do a counter attack. And these are really just variations of it, with this being somewhat of a different one. I don't know. And this one is Haze. Once you unlock Haze, sure, why not? You can improve on it. And finally, we get increased key recovery speed while guarding, which is pretty good. Some of these skills are useful, but for now, we don't have many. The other thing that is really, really cool is that sometimes you get these things. Grant certain active skills a damage bonus based on your stamina. We don't have a lot of stamina, so let's see if we can find the heart one. Let's just see this. What is this thing called? Stamina, courage, dexterity, magic. There is the heart. It's all the way over here. And we can, in fact, learn it. So now that we have learned the heart one, we've also learned increases the maximum amount of ki that can be recovered by ki pulse by 30%, which is really good. Increase ki recovery when you switch stances. Changing stance on a successful ki pulse increases the amount of ki recovered. And this is just the basic skills that you get. So how do we use these skills? Well, you come over here and you get to skill customization. And we'll go ahead and skip the high stance. But in here you can obviously change these. Why can't I switch that? Hold up, did I do something wrong? Oh, oops. Grant certain active skills a damage bonus based on your heart. That should work. Hmm. Hmm. Very odd indeed. Um. So the way to do it is that sometimes you can empower these skills. Oh, okay, that's why. That's why. It's because we haven't learned these skills. So once we learn them, we can empower them. And I'll try to learn them as soon as possible. I cannot believe I just completely forgot about that. We'll go ahead and start the main mission for this second region.
Yoshimoto no kubi.
The pre-rendered cutscene introduced us to our buddy right over there. I already forgot his name, but we'll see him more in the story. Get over this mountain and you would be right in the... by the whatever. Alright, so our first interaction with him is to basically just tell him, get out of our way. And you can emote in this game by pressing the star button. And then selecting the emote. And just a word of warning, sometimes when you're about to enter a cave, there are bats at the top of it. Now what do these bats do? Well, the moment you step in the way, they do that. And if you actually get hit by them, they will make you fall off the ledge. So don't get hit by them. Inside here, we get into this elaborate cave system. And if I remember correctly, okay, so this is a shortcut. I believe the way is here. You get yet another monkey. And if you go all the way here, there's a Kodama, and it's one of the few Kodamas that I actually memorized the location of, and I got grabbed somehow. Alright, just leave me alone, please. Before we continue, we might as well unlock this shortcut. We kick this ladder down. And we almost die. But we are back at the beginning shrine, and we'll use it to get our HP back instead of using elixirs. Gotta love having all these Winstons around. And this enemy, I will not fight it because there is another one of it just right around the corner. We come out here, and guess what? There is yet another trap waiting for us. So this one is programmed so that the moment you step in, he will do a counterable attack that is basically a charge. But we know that already. So we go ahead and counter it right away. And we get hit by the second counterable attack because we suck. Now, right around the corner there is a monkey in here. Now, the problem is the monkeys love to jump around. And what might happen is that I will be locked on to the monkey and I'm trying to dodge backwards, but right before I do, he would jump this way. So my backwards would be right off the cliff. I'm not going to be fighting the monkey. But just in case you do, keep that advice in mind. And be very, very careful with the cliffs. And there I actually forgot to mention, but this is a fork in the road. You can go either this way or that way. This way is easier because the other way is a yokai realm. And what you need to do this way is to just navigate through the forest and make your way to the shrine. Just like that, we reset the enemies. We got enough Amrita to level up, in fact. And for the next little bit, we can use a shortcut that is basically jumping right here, jumping right here. The alternative would be to go through caves and get lost in the process, basically. Right here is yet a... Are you really chasing me? Why are enemies so persistent? Good job. This is a new enemy that we will be facing, but before please don't do that. Before I fight that enemy, I will kill that little skull as well as that dude over there. Nope, nope, nope. So, we haven't seen this enemy before, but it is one of the earlier enemies in Nioh 1, and we actually see him so much that we kind of get sick of him. With the only real addition being the counter burst moves. He is very slow and his moves are very well telegraphed. And he just died to our status effects. And the reason I wanted to kill him is because there is a shrine right here. And this is the closest shrine to the boss. Alright, let's introduce these guys. Sometimes these guys will spawn and they will do an emote. And if you do the same exact emote as them, you don't need to fight them. They just tell you bye. And they give you a bunch of free items. But this is the closest shrine to the boss. Otherwise, if we do die, it would be a fairly long run back. And we continue down this path to the open area, and once you step into the open area, thunderstorms will be striking you at all times, so you need to be moving non-stop.
勝てると思うておるのか。
ほう、また魚が一匹増えたようじゃ。田舎侍、刺身にしてやる。
This guy is definitely one of the easier bosses in my opinion, but knowing me, probably gonna die to him. And keep in mind, I am extremely underleveled. So his most basic move is that he will do that super telegraph double attack. If you are close to him, if you are in, oh, okay, that actually hit. If you are not close to him, he will start shooting arrows at you. And his counter burst. So this is the attack that I mentioned. His counter burst is that big electricity attack. Don't get hit by it, because once you get hit by electricity in this game, you will be much slower than you are. And I believe your attacks and dodges will cost more stamina. That being said, if you do counter him, do make sure that you attack him right away, because if you do, you will knock him down. And if you counter burst, make sure that you do it quick. Oh no. Oh. I misread that. I thought he was gonna go for a counterable attack. Ooh. This grab is a fairly long range. But what do you know? I called something easy and I actually did kill it first attempt. Which is good because, spoiler alert, we will have to kill this guy once more right after this mission.
手に入れた当主の座は幻か。寸円山に栄えしよくや世の亡き後は盟友らの草刈り場となり果てよう。うつけ信長に伝えよ。新しき世の先駆けとなれと。はよいたせ。酔いの覚めぬうちに。
無事か。すげえぞ秀の字。吉本ってのは東海道一の大物なんだ。聞こえるか。4万の軍勢が逃げてくぞ。
マムシどもが目をかけた理由はこれであるか。
Alright, well, Mr. Nobunaga is taking notice of us now.
うん暖かい。
藤吉郎、教場へ急ぎなさい。
氷のような女だな。
ご活躍だと聞いています。兄をよろしくお支えください。
We also learned that Tokichiro has a crush on Nobunaga's sister. But either way, we got some equipment from I forgot his name, but the really annoying guy. And it has the Golden Boy set. Now, I will not be using the Golden Boy set because these items are very, very heavy, and while the helmet doesn't show it, if you look at the chest item, you will see the massive increase in weight. We go from 38.4% to 63%. If you were to couple that with the pants, we will be above 70%. This set is not terrible. It emphasizes bow damage with just the first few pieces, but the cool thing about it is that if you have 6 pieces and if you have an electrified weapon or an electricity weapon, once you electrify an enemy, not only will the enemy be slow, you will be dealing plus 20% damage to them, and having that damage increase so early on in the game is massive, as well as pretty good. And of course, the lightning damage, you will also get the 15% if you're using that lightning weapon, as I mentioned. And you also get quite a bit of tankiness. You get increased life as well as minus 4% damage taken, and the items themselves do have pretty heavy defense, as you can see. But the thing is, they're way too heavy, and I'm not the kind of person who likes to play with high stamina costs. So we will not be using this set. The equipment, I don't believe any of these have Kodama sensors, so I'm just gonna go with the highest item level because that's the one that gives the most defense. That being said, we'll go back to the shrine and offer all the items that we have and level up. And we'll go ahead and increase our stamina, actually our skill, by 2 points. Ideally, we want our stamina, strength, and skill to be at around 9 each. And then we go ahead and get our, we level up our heart and constitution, with the heart being our main focus. In the new game, as well as new game plus, the maximum is 99. I believe once you finish new game plus, you can go up to 200. Or not 99, 100, sorry. But for now, we have 3 side missions, as well as 1 main mission. And I'll go ahead and do this side mission first, because that's probably what the time allows, and it is really very similar to the main mission that we just did, and it's because we will be fighting the same exact boss. So right where you start, there is an archer at the top. Make sure that you snipe him. You'll also see these ninjas that are hiding all over the place. Make sure that you kill them before they catch you. Because if you go for the spear guy and the ninja guy joins, it's gonna turn ugly, because the ninja guys are not too difficult, but they are very aggressive, and you will need to kind of spot them. There's one here, and I believe there's yet another one over there. Once you've killed them, you kind of need to come back here. Aggro this guy. Don't follow him too deep, because right around the corner there is this guy that you need to kill, and he will aggro. You need to kill this guy fast because the other guy is kind of tough. Alright, so this is where I mentioned before, the way to deal with human enemies is to kind of play around their greed. They really have bad stamina management. And as you can see, these enemies will do these really high stamina cost moves. And you just need to bait them into it, and whenever they're... As you can see, he just used up all his stamina, and once you do that, once the enemy does that, just attack them once. Once you attack them once, they will be down, and you can do an execute on them. The other cool thing about human enemies, which I will show soon, but I think going around the other way would be easier. Most human enemies can be crit by ranged weapons, so if you find such an enemy, as you can see, the reticle, if I'm aiming at the chest, it is white. The middle point is white. If you're aiming at the head, it is red. That means it is a weak point. And if you hit him with a crit, he will fall down, and you can just run up to him and execute him right away. And the reason we needed to kill all these enemies is because otherwise this door will be locked. So once they're done talking, the door will unlock, and we will fight the same dude that we just fought with the same exact moveset. Alright. A bit too slow on that again. As you can see, you can chain these knockdowns. Whenever he does that attack, that means you shouldn't attack him because he will deflect your attack. As you can see, if you stay close to him, he's not that difficult. That being said, obviously, if you are close to him, it is a bit more risky. Because this can happen. That grab is so annoying. Okay, I did not. Oh well. The grab attack is a bit too quick compared to other grab attacks, and it has really long range. You need to double dodge, basically, to avoid it. And we are done, and as you can see, you get another Master Archer's hat, as well as some other items. These other missions might be too long to just do right now. So we'll just go ahead and level up, put 2 points into heart, and call it a day. And next episode, we will do these 2 side missions and work on the mysterious One Night Castle, which is probably my favorite area in the game. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.